Hey, Kevin here with Minuteman Theory.
Hi, Brad here with Minuteman Theory.
Ian here with Minuteman Theory.
Whoa.
All right, Ian.
It's the trio.
I guess I'll start it. You want me to start it? All right, everyone. Ian here with Minuteman Theory. Hey, in today's video, we're going to be going over hiking guns. What guns the Minutemen take hiking with them. We all have something a little bit different. We all have different ideas, so let's just go around the table and kind of talk about it. We'll start with you, Kevin.
Man, I spent a lot of time in the woods. I am always in the woods. Look at where I live. I've had three encounters, three different types of encounters with grizzly bears. Either they don't care that you're there, which is the scariest one in my opinion, or B, they run away. And I've been bluff charged before. And I mean,
Can you explain for those who don't know, what is a bluff charge?
where they stomp, 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 come at you, stop, and take off the other way. They're not after you to kill you. They're just
telling you to get away.
telling you to get away. I've been lucky because I know that the fourth option happens, but it hasn't happened to me or anyone that I love. And dude, we've picked 10 gallons of berries this year. We've been out picking quite a bit. And we've run into, like just last week, we ran into 3 bears and they all ran away. Like it just is what it is. So I'm really not afraid of being out in the woods out here, If I was down south, I would probably be more likely to carry something like a judge or something to get rid of snakes, right? You don't have to worry about snakes up here, so I'm not really too concerned. My carry gun up here is my carry gun that I carry all the time.
Which is a
P365.
All right.
And I have some really fancy Underwood extreme penetrator ammo, solid brass solids. That'll take care of pretty much anything, I think. It doesn't change. My EDC when I go out in the woods doesn't really change. I'm not too afraid of what's out there.
Yeah. So that might be a little bit controversial because a lot of people will say a 9mm isn't going to be enough to stop a wild animal. So when you're out in the mountains, you said you're not really afraid of anything that's out there, but what have you run into and what do you think you could run into?
Dude, I've ran into everything.
Okay.
So the most afraid that I've ever been in the woods was a moose.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
bull
Yes.
moose.
100%.
Yeah. Had me treed.
Yes.
Had me cornered.
Yes.
I actually was an idiot that day and went up naked. And, and yeah, that was the most afraid of dying by a wild creature in the woods that I've ever been. Literally was dancing around a tree with this big bull moose that was wrapping its antlers around the tree after me. Yeah. I managed to grab a stick and I smacked it on top of the head with a stick and it did not like that.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
So did you just have to wait for it to leave?
Yeah, it left.
Okay. Okay.
It moseyed its way along. But that was, dude, I had to change my underwear after that
Oh,
one.
I'm sure, yeah.
I thought you said you were naked.
No, well, I was. Use some Mullen to wipe. Anyways, so I've lived and worked in Glacier for many years. I've seen lots of grizzlies. They, like I said, they either don't care that you're there, or they run away, or they'll charge you. They'll bluff charge you. The only time I've been bluff charged was with a sow with cubs, and it was a bluff charge. I got lucky. I understand. If she would have wanted to eat me, she would have, but I didn't. And honestly, like if that's how I go, sweet. Pop that bear in the nose.
Yeah, I mean there is something to be said for that. You know what I mean? It's like if I'm gonna get eaten by a bear, man, like I could think of, it's a pretty traumatic, but it's like, I mean, of all ways for me to go, that's not like the most. That if somebody came up to you and was like, hey, Ian got eaten by a bear, you'd be like, yeah, that sounds about right.
I hope to God that I took that bear with me.
Right, yeah. Right.
No, my EDC doesn't really change when I go out in the woods.
Okay. Well,
especially because this is light, it's comfy, I can wear it. I can still move around and be, you know, whatever. It's nothing impeding my flow of going through the woods.
Yeah. Well, so for me, I have a similar philosophy. I've never run into a grizzly bear, but the only thing that I carry out in the woods is a pocket knife, because if I die by a grizzly bear, when they find my body, I want them to say, wow, that guy was hardcore.
I also carry a pocket knife.
Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. I have never run into a grizzly bear. I've run into black bears plenty, but black bears, every single black bear I've ever seen,
They take off.
they take off.
Yeah.
It's funny because black bears are actually kind of funny.
They're
They're like
Yeah.
little kids. Like
Yeah.
they'll start like rolling around and playing with stuff. It's
Well,
wild
so
to
the
watch them.
younger they are too, the more curious. they
Yes,
are.
yes.
So like they'll want to come up to you and be like, "What are you?" I've not seen you
Right,
before,"
right,
You
right.
know?
Yeah.
And,
Right.
and I mean, for the most part, they're not too dangerous. It's the sow with cubs
Yes,
that you run into
yes.
that are dangerous.
Or the moose. I've never run
moose,
into
dude.
a moose like that.
Dude, yeah.
That would be terrifying.
Yeah, absolutely. And literally all I had at that, I had left my 22 at the truck because I was up hunting with my uncle, and I was just kind of following along with my uncle. He had his gun, and he was separate, and we got separated, and this moose fucking wanted a piece of me.
Yeah. And for those of you that don't live in moose country, moose are absolutely massive. They're
They
giant.
are elephants
There is-
with spears.
they're called Alaskan wood tanks is what
Yeah.
they're called.
Alaskan wood
Alaskan
tanks. I
wood
like-
tanks,
I like
man.
that.
The-
They are no joke.
By far the most terrified I've
yes,
ever
I was
been.
gonna say if I'm not scared of bears. What I'm scared of is moose and cougars.
Yeah.
Oh, cougars.
Yeah.
I don't even think
Well, a
about
mountain lion, you're not really gonna know it's there.
Well, right.
Until
That's
it's-
why it's
until it's too late.
that's why it's scary because
Yeah.
it's like I'll just be walking. The next thing I know,
Well, and I've been, in the woods and you hear this beep, 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 and that's what it sounds like.
yeah.
And you could almost mistake it for a bird
Right.
if you couldn't catch that hint of low tone.
Right.
Like,
Anyway, so
Oh, so what I carry in the woods, there's two different guns that I carry depending. One of them is my Glock 17, and I have this sweet omnivore holster that was recommended to me by Ian because I used to carry this gun without a flashlight, and I had a Black Hawk Serpa 2 holster, which I know I'm going to get a lot of flack for that because people think that's the, shoot yourself in the foot holster. I never had any problems with it because I trained with it. But
it's not 320.
just gonna say if you train with it, yeah.
yeah, but that's a discussion for another time. Anyway, this, but I carry this. It's a Glock 17 Gen 4 with a flashlight on it because I use this for other things as well. I don't use the flashlight out in the woods, but I open carry this in the woods. And again, people are probably going to say that 9mm isn't enough to stop a bear or anything. I don't.
Spicy ammo for that.
Yeah.
There is spicy ammo for this, but I just every day I carry a P365 like Kevin, and this is basically it's the same ammo, but it holds more and it has a longer barrel, and I can shoot it really well. And with the holster, the open carry holster, it's really easy to get to. And this, I don't know, I've never had to use it, thankfully, but it. I feel like it would protect me from most wild animals of the 4-legged and 2-legged variety. And then the other thing, depending on where I'm going, sometimes I will also take my AR-15. Like if I'm going on a hike where I don't have a whole ton of other equipment, sometimes I'll take this gun as well because it doesn't add too much extra weight, but it's a whole lot more firepower than a handgun. And I would definitely trust this to take down a bear or, well, a moose would be kind of scary.
Oh man.
Hit it in the head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They get angry, brother. Like real angry.
Yeah.
They get that adrenaline
Yeah.
rush and
Yeah.
get out of the way.
You'd be better off climbing a tree and just waiting for him to come.
Well, I
down,
climbed the
down.
tree,
Yeah.
wait for him to
So-
come. And then,
Yeah.
So people think of moose as their antlers, which their antlers are scary as fuck. Don't get me wrong, but they'll hoof you to death.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They'll
Yeah.
straight up just
Yep.
and that's it.
oh
Yep.
yeah, oh yeah.
And I've seen moose that are just doing this.
I've seen deer do that.
Yeah, deer
Oh, yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I had totally off
And they're
topic,
sharp.
but I had a neighbor and her beagle got just wrecked by a fawn.
Really?
Or not by a fawn, by a doe.
Oh.
It was between the fawn and the doe, and the doe came out and just, I mean, wrecked it. I was like, holy
So
crap.
the first time that my Malamute ever saw a fawn, he thought it was like a dog. He wanted to go play with it. So he took off after going and playing with it. Like he wanted to go play with it. And Mama was close by. He goes to play with it. And Mama beat the shit out of him.
No joke.
I
man.
thought he was dead. Like literally knocked him out. And I like come up, I'm holding him like, oh, you're okay, buddy. And he comes to, he's like, what the hell? Like, yeah, I mean, that was just a doe and a fawn.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a little bit of a tangent, but you see a deer out there, especially a buck with antlers, you might think it's kind of cute and fun to go feed it, but they can be dangerous animals. You got to be careful. But anyway, yeah, when I'm out on my own, I'll usually carry the rifle. If I'm like out with the family, or if I'm on a backpacking trip and I have a lot of other equipment with me, I'll just take this. And I mean,
Dude, weight.
That's about it for me.
Weight is everything. When I'm hiking, like I try to conserve as much weight as possible because mold.
Well, yeah, I mean, when you're out in the field, if you've got a bunch of extra weight, like I have a buddy who we call him Mr. Overprepared, because we took him out on his first backpacking trip and he had a pack that weighed 90 pounds.
I'm not doing that.
Yo,
And
no.
And he had like 4 knives, 3 guns,
dude,
like 2 boxes
12
of
radios.
ammo. Yeah, no, this guy had like way too much equipment for what we were doing. And it slowed the rest of us down because he had to take way more breaks than us because his pack was more than twice the weight of our pack.
Yes. So on our last camping adventure, my pack was 35 pounds, and that was with 4 liters of water.
Yeah. So
in there.
Yeah. So my during that trip, my pack was 40 pounds, but that's because I had 2 cameras, extra batteries, and extra lenses.
Right.
And I had 3 liters of water.
Yeah.
And so, that video is still in progress.
Yeah,
we actually filmed that.
We did. So we're gonna have to. That'll be a ways out. Our schedules are terrible this summer, so we're not actually able to get out and re-summit what we wanted to do. But we will do it.
Yeah.
You have my word. You have his word. We're gonna do it. It's just not this year because again, my schedule is all sorts of screwed up.
And we're hoping that'll be like a little mini documentary.
Yeah.
We have basically half of the video filmed. We can't go into it too much.
Yeah.
Look out for that.
No, you weren't there.
You weren't there. We didn't even know you then.
Yeah, we didn't even know.
Who am I?
But this time around, you can come with us because we might actually need your help.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There's some things that kind of got a little haywire. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, so I carry a Ruger GP100 357, and I carry Buffalo Bore 180 grain solid lead projectiles. So it's a flat tip, and so these have maximum penetration, and they're also super hot. So I will train with this gun, but I won't train with these in particular just because of how hot they are. I don't want to smoke my GP100.
Just in case you run into a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, yeah, pretty much. But this is basically just my walking around, we're going out huckleberry picking, or we're going mushrooming, or we're going hiking, whatever. But if I'm actually going to go into the woods and spend a decent amount of time in the woods, I carry a 12 gauge. There's actually a few different reasons for this. Number one, the 12 gauge is so versatile. So I can carry birdshot, I carry buckshot, I can carry slugs. That kind of runs the gambit as far as, if I get hungry, if I'm out there and something bad happens, I can put in a load of birdshot and shoot a grouse. No problem. If I need to protect myself, I can throw in a slug or buckshot. This isn't so much for bears. This is just something to have that's super versatile, and this is more for bears. Although the only time I've ever had an issue with a bear was I got between a sow and her cubs, and you'll notice a trend as far as when we're talking. When we say get between a sow and her cubs, that's probably the worst thing you can do. Luckily, at that point, there was a dog that came in and ended up helping us out.
They don't like dogs.
They don't. But I mean, is the 12 gauge with 25 rounds heavy? Absolutely. But it's peace of mind as far as I'm concerned. So if I'm camping, the other thing is that if I'm camping with other people, I like carrying this because I've been camping with people and they have young kids. In case something happens, I have the ability to have a long gun to protect them, and things like that.
And two-legged creatures.
And that's what I was just gonna say. Like, People don't realize it, but two-legged varmints are something that you definitely have to take into consideration when you're hiking. I mean, you have to take it into consideration every other time, but absolutely. I mean, you're away from a radio, you're away from your phone, that, you know, whatever, and I always joke, you know, I hear banjos, you know, like that, yeah, like, you know, that's definitely something. I know guys, in fact, being involved in law enforcement, I know the county deputies end up responding to a bunch of the campsites all the time because somebody did something stupid. You know what I mean? They did something stupid, they got drunk, they decided to pull out a knife, and, you know, they ended up, yeah, it happens all the time. Yeah, it literally happens all the time. So, you know, I like having a shotgun, and I don't subscribe to the whole just rack it and they'll run away. I don't believe in that. But what I'm saying is that the reason I carry this is for ammo versatility, birdshot, buckshot, slug, whatever, you know. And if
Dragon's breath.
Yeah, I mean, what the sky is the limit with these, and that's why, you know, it is heavy, it is bulky, it only holds, you know, 6 rounds, but the versatility with it is kind of the big deal. I've always said that if I were stuck in an apocalypse situation where I could only have one gun, 12 gauge would be it.
So, okay, let me ask you, with the 12 gauge, Mossberg 500 or Remington 870?
Mossberg 500.
Oh!
You know why?
Trigger mechanism.
Right here. I'll show you.
Oh, the feed ramp?
You can ghost load?
Yeah. No, you're not ghost load. I always get my finger stuck in the feed ramp.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, every single time. Yes.
Huh.
So
See, I hate the safety mechanism on the Mossberg.
But you
see,
like the cross trigger,
yeah.
the cross.
That's
bolt
why
safety?
that I don't recommend. Never mind. I'm not even gonna say what I was gonna say. Probably not wise advice.
So I will say, there is one time of year that I actually do carry a 12 gauge while hiking, and that's bird season.
Yes.
But I carry a superior shotgun, a Remington 870. However,
Let me ask you a question. How many Remington 870s saw service in Iraq? The correct answer is none.
okay,
Oh,
but
Mossberg 500,
because
man.
mil spec is better than
well, that's a whole nother conversation. No, but also my shotgun is, I have like it's either a 26 or a 28-inch barrel. It's a bird gun, and when I'm out in the bush, I usually have like pheasant loads and turkey loads because I'm hunting grouse and turkeys.
See, and that's
a longer barrel.
That's what
And a longer
what I
barrel.
like about the shotgun, is that I can hunt bird and deer at the same time. You know what I mean? Like
Very true,
That's,
very true.
There's no.
Yeah, but that's it. What is that? A 16-inch barrel?
That is 18.
18. So you lose
18's
a
the legal-
lot.
18 is the legal limit.
Yeah, okay, 18.
18. This is an 18-inch
Are
barrel.
those level 4 plates? That was funny. Come on, guys. No,
Yeah.
but so with a longer barrel, you're going to get more velocity.
Yes.
It's more for, so like anytime I'm going, so
Well, and
people are going to look down on this, but there's 24 gauge that I like to use for pheasant hunting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's harder to find though.
it is.
So
but
real quick before we get completely off tangent,
now we're talking.
bear spray.
Doesn't work.
It does work. Bear spray. So bear spray, I always carry it just in case. I prefer to use this as opposed to going to my gun if I run into a bear. Not because I'm some bleeding heart, but because I feel like this stuff, you know, it's just good to have a secondary option. That's what it's all about, tools in the toolbox. And then I always carry some form of fixed blade survival knife or Scandi knife, something like that. Something that's I always carry when I'm hiking, regardless. If I don't have the 12 gauge, but I always have this and the bear spray.
Every time I've sprayed a bear, didn't care.
And that could be, but I like to have options.
I have literally, me and one of my best friends have emptied our cans.
Listen,
on a bear
here's the deal.
that was after us.
If I can spray a bear and it disappear,
100%.
as opposed to smoking a bear
100%.
and having to talk to Fish and
Straight up.
Game,
Yeah.
by all means, man. You know, like that's kind of my deal.
Yep.
I will say the knife, when I'm out in the field, I usually carry a fixed blade knife too, about that size.
Yeah.
But I usually don't carry it for defense. It's more for utility.
No, and this could be either or. You know what I mean? Yeah, this
Sure.
could be either or.
Sure, but what I'm saying is, like, my fixed blade knife usually isn't on me, like, ready to go. It's
Right.
usually like in the side pocket of my
What if you have
backpack.
cheesecake?
Well, no, but that's the thing is,
Right.
then I set my backpack
No,
down.
see,
I
but
can
it-
cut
But
open
then
the
you can
cheesecake.
carve a fork.
Yeah. What was it? General Mad Dog Mattis said? He goes, always carry a knife in case you need to kill somebody or their cheesecake.
That's awesome. Yeah, but I mean the utility that a fixed blade knife gives you.
Yes.
So
Yes.
okay, back to like the backpacking stuff. I used to, when I first started backpacking, I carried a hatchet.
Yes.
And then
You read Hatchet as a kid.
I did.
Yeah, we all did. I think we all did. Dude, that was my jam.
That
It was.
That was my jam.
That
Movie?
one and My Side of the Mountain.
There's a movie?
I did.
I
There's a
can't
movie.
watch the movie, it'll ruin it.
Did you ever read My Side of the
I
Mountain?
didn't read My Side of the
Oh,
Mountain.
that one's good. You read that?
No, I never read it.
Oh, My Side of the Mountain's another good one.
I think we all had to. I think we had to read Hatchet.
Yeah.
Like, and
I just-
I'm a better man for reading it.
Yeah, for sure.
Read Hatchet.
Read Hatchet.
Read it.
Yeah, I think we read it in like 4th or 5th
Yeah,
grade.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
about when I read it too. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Oh, we're old.
anyway, I used to carry a hatchet. Hatchets are heavy. And then I learned that I could split wood with my fixed blade knife, and I stopped carrying a hatchet because that's the only reason I ever carried a hatchet.
No, and it also it depends on what you're doing. Like if you're car camping, I'll carry a hatchet, and I'll carry an electronic chainsaw all day.
I'm talking about
I'm gonna take a
backpacking.
Steel 880.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Car camping.
Yeah.
I have an air mattress.
Yeah.
A nice big tent for me and the family.
Ugh, glamping.
Oh yeah, that's the way to go. Oh, actually, I guess. Okay, hold on. So my wife, when we first got together, it's a little bit of a tangent, but
Oh yes. Yeah.
I was like, hey, we grew up camping, and she's like, oh, we grew up camping too. This is when we were dating. And I said, oh yeah, we used to, one of my favorite memories is we'd always bring Uno, and we'd play Uno camping. She said, oh, one of my favorite memories is we'd watch Dumb and Dumber. And I was like,
wait,
what? Yeah, that was my reaction. I was like, you watched a movie? She's
Camping?
like, yeah. It's like, what are
stars?
you talking about?
Fire?
Her version of camping, her family's version of camping is they would go up to hunting camp and bring the fifth wheel trailer.
Yes.
And they would watch movies.
All right, I got something for you.
And sleep in the camper.
So the New England Journal of Medicine
Yeah.
recently came out with a study that says that looking at a fire, like a campfire, stimulates your stem cells.
Really?
Yeah.
That doesn't surprise me. Because if you know what I mean, like that doesn't surprise me at all. Because that's that we call it caveman TV.
Yeah.
Caveman TV, man. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Regardless.
So it improves your mental health, your physical health.
Well, I think they would have a campfire too, but then after the campfire they'd go watch a movie.
Well, I don't know what that does for your stem cells.
But yeah, so I mean, we all have different opinions. I'm sure you have different opinions too. Is there anything else that you guys want to add?
I would slap a bear in the mouth just because I could.
All right.
All right, well.
I guess, yeah, and along with that is you're not hardcore unless you live hardcore.
Well, you're not hardcore
Unless you live hardcore.
And the legend of the ring was way hardcore.
Anyway,
yes.
put down in the comments, what gun do you carry while hiking and why? And go ahead and tell us how.
Or if you're not from America, please tell us how we're idiots for carrying guns while we're hiking.
Yeah, actually, if you're not from America and you're watching this video, put down in the comments what you carry with you to protect you
Yes.
from
Bow and
wild
arrow.
animals.
No, because that's legit.
Slingshot.
I'm genuinely curious
yeah.
because I watch guys in Canada all the time that camp, and I watch guys in Europe, and I'm just genuinely curious.
Well, okay, so Canadians, like during hunting season and stuff, they can have a gun.
Yes.
But
Dude, a stick is your best friend in the woods, honestly. I told you I smacked a moose in the head with a stick.
That's
and
true,
It
that's true.
fucking saved me, so.
well, yeah, and like, so if you don't live in the United States, especially if you live in a country where you're not allowed to have guns, period, do you carry bear spray? What do you do to prepare for potential wild animal attacks?
Ghost pepper bombs.
Yeah, hey, that's not a bad idea. And go ahead and put down in the comments how we're super stupid for carrying the guns that we carry.
Stupid Americans.
Yep.
Yeah, I know that there's going to be a lot of people that are going to hate on us for carrying 9mm, but
Hey.
I wear pink.
What do you call an American doctor? Stupid American.
Stupid American.
I'll get my credit card. Do you have any non-dairy creamer?
I need you to bend over.
oh, I see how you did there.
I see it.
All right, thanks for watching.
Yeah.
It's getting deleted.